What is up, everybody? This is Bo, and this is my buddy John.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And welcome back to Two Old Cajuns Nerd Out, where today we're going to be talking about...
The 2022 release by Kevin Smith, Clerks 3. But before we do that, we're going to do a little bit part of that Nerd Out section, like kind of talk about what we're playing and been watching recently. So what have you been playing and watching recently?
Recently, you got me into that Marvel's Midnight Suns, and I've been playing that Fortnite like always.
Well, what's Midnight Suns? What is that kind of game?
Most
people know what Marvel is, but why Midnight Suns is a little bit different. Why did that pique your interest than the regular?
It's kind of like an RPG, but you don't pick like the attacks and different things. But you have it's like a turn-based style card game that you pick cards and it has attacks on it. That's the best way I can describe it. Maybe you can describe it a little better.
Yeah, it's just a really quirky game too, and it's got it's like a dark side of Marvel, some more supernatural kind of stuff than normally you see in Marvel. And then it's got like this weird friendship kind of dating thing that goes on there, and that's really
kind of like The Sims.
Yeah, and that part, I didn't think I was gonna like it at first, and it kind of grew on me and everything. But yeah, I've been nerding out on that a lot. Of course, playing Fortnite and stuff like that as well. And then I played a little bit of Marvel Snap, the little card game and stuff like that.
Yeah, I haven't played that on my phone yet.
And then, of course, The Last of Us, the TV series started. That's been fantastic.
I haven't really watched much on TV. While I was at work, I ended up... I'm a big classic country music fan, so I ended up finding that show from Showtime, George and Tammy, about George Jones and Tammy Wynette.
Oh, I never even heard of that.
You know, the one that played Zod on Man of Steel?
Yeah.
He played George Jones, and he does the singing in there. He was actually pretty damn good.
The original Zod, like Terrence Stamp?
No, the Michael Shannon on Man of Steel, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the singing in there, too, and he looked like George Jones and everything. Originally, Josh Brolin was supposed to play him.
Wow, okay. Yeah. I can see both of those. And yeah, Cowboys are back, man. Yellowstone is so popular, man. Which I've never seen a single episode.
Me neither.
There was somebody was saying that, so every man has watched Yellowstone. And I was like, I've never watched a single episode of Yellowstone.
Well, then you're not a man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not either.
And then I just finished, I talked to you a little bit about it. I just finished listening to the audiobook for Project Hail Mary, which will be coming out as a movie. But basically, it's the same guy who wrote The Martian, Andy Weir. And it's a really cool story. Basically, they find a scientist is looking at infrared light and sees there's a beam basically coming from the sun going to Mercury, and the sun's losing energy. So it's going to affect the Earth. Where in 30 years there's going to be an ice age and people are going to start to die unless we can figure out why the sun is losing energy. And I don't know. It's a really crazy sci-fi story, and there's a friendship story. It touched me. I know, man. They're making a movie about it. I'm really excited about it. I've been kind of raving about it a little bit. So that's just my recommendation. So anyway, we're talking about Clerks 3, so we're going to talk about Kevin Smith. So kind of build up. Have you seen his whole entire library? We'll probably mention most of the movies.
Right. I think there's only 2 of his movies that I haven't seen. Not the ones he's acted in, but 2 of them I haven't seen that he's directed, and one was
okay, I'll start shooting them at you. Clerks 1.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
Yeah,
okay.
obvious.
Clerks I've seen so many times because I was a clerk.
I worked in a grocery store. I didn't work in a Quick Stop or anything like that.
I worked in a video store. I was a Randall.
You were a Randall.
Yes, I'll tell you.
I can see why now.
Tell you the story about that. But
I've seen Mallrats.
Okay.
Chasing Amy is one of my favorites. Dogma. Who doesn't love Dogma?
Yeah, it's
Catholic people. But no.
Right.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, Clerks 2, now Clerks 3. I think the only ones he's directed that I haven't seen, there's 3. Tusk.
Okay, wow. Well, Tusk is fucked up, man.
I've heard about it. I've read about it. Yoga Hoosers.
Okay, see, now that's the one I haven't seen. I haven't watched that one.
And Jersey Girl.
I watched Jersey Girl. It was a product of its time because it was the whole, Bennifer, which is now a thing again, which is weird to talk about.
It's weird.
It's full circle. It's I 30,
know,
it came back around.
Yeah, I know. Jennifer. I mean, spoiler alert. From what I've known, like, she dies, and he raising his daughter, their daughter, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
What I was thinking about when I was watching this, I was just thinking about Kevin Smith in general. Like, man, he had some like the childhood greats people popped up on there. Like, like Stan Lee was on there.
Right.
And it's gone. Carrie Fisher was on there.
Right. She's
George
gone.
George Carlin.
Carlin.
Yeah, and I was thinking
You're
about that.
doing it all wrong.
Okay. What about Red State?
Red State. Oh shit, I forgot about that one. No, I haven't watched that one.
Oh, I'll let you borrow it. I have it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You know what it's about?
No.
Red State. It's like it's the darkest. It is drama, like a dark thriller drama. It's basically about this like crazy like Baptist church in like northern Arkansas kind of area, and like they basically put like Craigslist ad for like a easy girl, and then like these teens go out to meet him, and it's basically the church just grabs them. And,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude,
I can see why it's called Red State now, but yeah.
Oh yeah, man, it's.
See,
And,
I've heard of it, but I didn't know what it was about or anything. Yeah.
yeah, the preacher, I forgot where he from. Like Kevin Smith saw him in something else and picked him to be the preacher
Oh,
on there,
nice.
and he was phenomenal. But dude, John Goodman plays like the FBI agent that gets involved, and man,
John Goodman's a
oh yeah,
damn
he's
good actor.
that's why you gotta watch the Righteous Gemstones, dude.
I need to watch that.
That
Yeah.
shit, it's on my voodoo, man. You gotta watch it. That shit is.
Well, isn't
funny.
it on HBO Max?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
so-
Oh god, that show is so funny. Like I was kind of like second season. I was like, where are they gonna go with this? And now I cannot wait for season 3. Like,
Okay.
like
That's one thing I'm gonna catch up on with the.
Baby Billy is the funniest shit on TV.
That just sounds funny, Baby Billy.
Oh yeah. So I mean, of course, you saw Clerks 2. Did you think it was unnecessary for like they needed the Clerks 3?
To be honest, if it would have been like right after, I would have thought, this was kind of unnecessary. But I mean, let's see, 16 years later, to close up the story, dude, it rounded the story, like that trilogy, up pretty damn well.
Right. So do you think we need a Mallrats 3 or Mallrats 2? Shit, I said Mallrats 2.
I kind of want to see
Like
a
a-
Mallrats too,
Yeah,
but I
Mallrats
mean,
2.
but the thing is, what would it be? Because malls are kind of going down like downhill, like now.
Flea market rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because that was a thing, man. Like, it, like especially when I watched Clerks 2, like it felt a lot of it really felt dated to me. Like I felt like it was a really product of that time.
Oh, it was.
And you can see that like a little bit with this one. You can see that THC was like right there in your face, but that's what I mean. Always like Kevin Smith, he was always really in tune with what the fans liked.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit. A friend of ours, Amber, like I almost got a chance to go to New Orleans when they filmed
when
the
they
reboot.
did the
I
reboot.
got one of the Chronicon
Oh, nice.
lanyards and stuff. So, but yeah, huge fan of Kevin Smith. And like, what was your first movie you've seen?
With Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I think it was Dogma, and then that's when my mom was working at the video store, so I was able to. Surprisingly, she let me get a movie called Dogma, and I watched that one, and I kind of went down I mean, it was only like 3 movies before that, and I kind of went down a Kevin Smith rabbit hole with that, and dude, I fell in love with Clerks, and especially Mallrats. I mean, because I was about 12. So I used to like to go to the mall like when I was a teenager and stuff like that. And
Dude,
then
we did that, yeah.
And Chasing Amy was just great. That was my first introduction to realizing that Ben Affleck was a good actor with that. I mean, I've still never seen Good Will Hunting. Don't shoot me.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't even know what to say on that one. That's surprising. Yeah, my introduction for like Kevin Smith was Mallrats. That was the first one I saw. I was working at the video store when they came out, and I saw Mallrats. I had the poster in my room, and then I went and I saw Clerks, and dude, like, I told you any stories from the video store.
Oh, you told me a couple of them.
Okay, I've told you. Like, I'm trying to think of just 3, like, just shit about the video store, like, I don't know, just 3 things I remember about it is like I would go there, like especially on Fridays. My boss, like she was so fucking cool. Like I'd my mom would drop me off sometimes. Depends. Like when I first started, I wasn't driving, but I was a senior.
Did you used to sing the Jesus music like Elias?
No, no. But my boss would be like, take my blazer, and I would basically go get 2 daiquiris,
Okay.
and I'd come back, and like my boss would like start drinking her daiquiri, grab her paperwork, and basically leave, and I'd have my daiquiri, and I'd just finish the rest of the night. But the thing about it was like, she only wanted one guy working there at a time,
Right.
so it was always like 4 girls, 1 guy, and she really wanted all girls to work there, but she wanted this, the people to see that a man worked there
Right.
too. So it was this dude Ryan. He was working there forever, and I was working at the fucking hotel. I told you I lied to get a job at a hotel.
I think you told me that.
Like I was talking to somebody who worked at a hotel, and she gave me all the information about what she did.
Was she good looking?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's why you lied. All right.
But no. This was like but I applied for this job at the Best Western, and I got it. And
Oh,
like
God.
I basically lied and said I worked at this hotel in like Colorado that closed down. I had looked up everything, and like all the shit that she said she did was like kind of stuff I listed. So they hired me, and like on the second day, like, go ahead and start doing it. I was like, oh, these are different systems. You're gonna have to retrain me on this. And they were like saw through my shit so much, man. Like,
Did you get fired?
no,
No, surprisingly.
no. But I was stuck in this office with like these old hens, like these old
Oh,
women
God.
talking, and it was miserable. It was torture. It was almost punishment for getting the job.
Well, that's what you get for lying.
And my only solace was like when I would get off of work, my buddy Zach, the one that does music for the podcast and everything, he would come get me or whatever. We'd go to the video store. I don't want to say the video store's name, but we'd go to the video store. It was just a magical place. That's all I'll say. But and man, we would get like rent Xbox games and shit like that. And I remember I went in there one day, and the lady, my boss, she became my boss, but she was like, yeah, my guy quit. I was like, me, it's me. And she hired me, and she knew my dad and stuff. And oh yeah, I worked there for years, and dude, I had some fun times. My dad, one time, was one of the funniest memories with my dad happened in the video store. I was dating this girl who had extremely large breasts, like probably the largest breast of any girl I've ever dated. And I mean, it's integral for the story,
Right,
like,
okay.
I mean, like I think it was like double J's or something like that.
Oh,
so
damn.
whatever shirt she wore showed her breast. It was yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like we had been dating, but like she hadn't met my family or nothing like that. And my dad came in to either bring me something or drop something off, and she was in there talking to me. But when my dad came in, she walked away from the counter, and she was just like walking around in the video store. And my fucking dad, man, he comes and he fucking taps me. He's like, call Homeland Security. I just found some missiles. It's like, oh, dude, it killed me, man. It was so funny.
That's something my dad would do. Actually, my dad would have been probably trying to hit on her. Because that's happened plenty of times before.
But yeah, the video store, like, and the funny thing is, it was a video store that didn't have a full adult section. She had like edited for adult stuff, but man, they would still come in for that crap. And,
If you're gonna have me go to the adult section, it better be fully adult, not edited for adult shit.
right. Well, she didn't have the whole curtain effect, man.
Mm.
Like where you go through the beating, yeah. But it was just like in the middle of everything. But dude, I swear to God, people would drive from miles around to go to that video store. No, to get. She had that Pump and Iron. We're on Schwarzenegger.
Oh god.
But for the longest time, like it was not on DVD.
Right.
This is before YouTube and shit like that.
So they would come get the VHS.
Yeah, to watch it because it was like people want. I don't know.
They want to be swole like Arnold.
Watch them talk about. You ever watched it?
No,
Oh, it's fucking great.
we have to.
It's oh man, he's like smoking weed and stuff, and he's just like, he's like, working out is better than coming. It's something like that. I forgot what he says, but like you really get to see some candid stuff with him and everything, and especially with Lou Ferrigno and everything. And if you ever like listen to his autobiography, which is really pretty good, just his whole mindset and like the way he got into like fitness and shit is pretty crazy. It's pretty inspiring. I mean, not inspiring enough apparently, but
yeah.
it's cool stuff. But yeah, that man, they just it was a cool place, man. I got in trouble for almost got in trouble for a blowjob in there. And I told you that story too.
Yeah, you told me that one. I remember that one.
Anyway, but yeah, so we're talking Clerks 3. So the video store thing, was a part I grew up and was very familiar with. I did actually work in a gas station for a little bit, but not like a little thing like that because there's no gas on the quick stop.
Right.
And I did do fast food.
Yeah, I've done fast food. I worked at Raising Cane's. I worked, oh man,
Oh, tell me all the places you
Domino's.
work because I don't think we ever had this conversation.
Oh,
Raising
places.
Cane's. I never worked at Raising Cane's, so we can probably do like
Oh,
bingo
yeah.
here.
Raising Cane's. I worked at Domino's. I
I didn't work at
Dude,
I worked at Mr. Gaddy's and I worked at Little Caesars.
I got an assistant manager position at Domino's, and that was fun until the manager decided to try to take my position away and give it to her girlfriend.
Oh,
And I was just like, you know what? I quit. Fuck y'all. But I've worked at a little grocery store in my hometown.
wait, that was the only restaurants?
Was that?
That's it for the restaurants?
I think that's the only restaurants I'm thinking. Yeah, a Subway.
A Subway.
Yeah.
Fuck, I never worked at a Subway.
But I've worked. I mean, I worked at Walmart.
Right.
I worked at Sam's.
Okay.
Where else?
What's
have I
the
worked?
shortest job you ever had? I think we might have
Shortest
had this
job I ever
conversation.
had was
People were like, man, they're not supposed to be
probably
talking
at
about clerks.
Cane's, like 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Dude, I had a job for like 2 hours.
Oh wait, no. Because while I was working at Cane's, I was also installing cable with a little offshoot of Cox Communications, and I worked there like 2
Offshoot of
weeks.
Cox.
Yeah, offshoot of Cox. Yeah. But I worked there for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, you know what, fuck this, because I got the job at Walmart. Had I known that, I would have been like, fuck Walmart.
Right. Oh, that was funny this morning. Like I was, well, one of the guys at work, he didn't. I mean, he came in like 2 hours late.
Yeah.
I came in, so I was like, fuck, man. I was like, I thought you won the Powerball, bro. I thought, because like he's always talking about the Powerball. He's like, oh, you would have known about
I
winning
win
the
the
Powerball.
Powerball.
He's like, you would know. But he's like, I mean, I couldn't give you something. I was like, but yeah, I'd still come to work and I would just in the middle of the day just fucking.
Fuck you.
Enough
fuck
of this.
you. Do the Jerry Maguire. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Oh,
Go
dude, I've worked at.
Just walk up.
But before we get into Clerks,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
how he did that. One of my jobs. Well, I mean, I've worked at T-Mobile.
Yep.
I worked at Sprint, and I've worked at AT&T.
See, I've never sold phones.
And well, Sprint and AT&T were the call center stuff.
Okay.
T-Mobile was the selling phones. Like I did tech support and advanced tech support, and right around like 2009. So Clerks 2 was a couple of years old, and I got the idea. I was like, "Fuck! If Kevin Smith could do that with a quick stop, I could do this with a fucking call center." Because man, we got. So I started writing a whole script, and it was actually turning out pretty good. And then I fucking lost it.
You lost the script or you lost your mind?
I lost
Oh.
both, but no, because like I started writing it and was doing good, and then that's whenever I got the news like, "Hey, you're in heart failure. You have to have heart surgery," and I kind of like lost it. I started self-destructing,
Alright.
and I really don't know what happened to it. And it was turning out pretty good. Like I kind of turned like a character was like based on me, based on one of my other guys, the other guys that was working, and then another one, which I'm kind of glad I didn't like try to pursue it or anything, because one of the guys it was based on, we ended up working at Sprint together, and right after I quit Sprint and moved back down to Louisiana from Fort Worth, he got arrested for child porn.
Holy shit. So, man, it's crazy. Like I was just thinking like how much we had in common. But I worked at Walmart twice. Like
Yeah, me too.
I wasn't supposed to be rehireable from Walmart, and this is just funny because I don't give a fuck about this. I worked at Walmart like me, and this is like when it was me, my friend John Mathurin, and who the fuck else was hired with us? John Fountain. So it's 3 John, yeah, because we were all Johns. So, but we all got hired at the same time, and like basically we got hired, but it was weird at the time when we got hired with Walmart. Walmart doesn't do this anymore, but you would take a test on a computer,
Yeah, I had
And,
to
like-
do that the first time.
and like it would basically assign you to areas. So like one guy got assigned to the garden center, one guy got assigned to like consumables, like whatever, and then I got assigned to electronics.
Right.
And
That's why I got assigned to electronics.
and dude, it was like this is gonna date when this was. It was like right when the 64 had come out.
Oh damn!
Yeah, and dude, I
I was like 11.
got fired for fucking playing 1080 snowboarding.
When you were supposed to be working?
Oh yeah, Dude, like I just kept playing it. Yeah, I missed a bunch of days, but like
Yeah.
they were like caught me playing it twice. But dude, like John, like he just quit. Like, but like some dude came in here was like, man, how much is the lawnmower? He's like, you got your truck. Just like, but and then like other fountain man, like, oh, he worked. One of them worked in pets for a little bit.
Oh,
And
wow.
like he was just like, man, they just throw away all these fish. It's not cool. Like he didn't like it. Like it's just like, oh, everybody bummed out because they're throwing away fish.
Does he work for PETA now?
No, but yeah, I worked for McDonald's.
No, never worked
I
for
worked for
McDonald's.
McDonald's in Walmart, and we all quit on the same night.
Oh, nice.
Like, like one day that dude, I'm still waiting for him to come and just like punch me in the stomach one day. Like Ron, like he has John Wick vendetta on us for that, because it was me, John Fountain again, and Vic Mushmack, and we were all working at McDonald's in Walmart. Now, if you know a McDonald's and Walmart, it's not a big McDonald's.
No.
You have 5 people working in there maybe.
Right, and
So-
it's a tiny ass
Yeah.
kitchen and
So it's me. Two funny stories about this. We're gonna get to clerks. It was me, John, Vic, Ron, and the girl working the register. I think I was on the grill. John was on the burger thing, and then Vic was on the fries and the freezer. And the girl was on the process, and the manager runs everything. Well, because it's in a Walmart, their stuff is in the back of the Walmart. In the
Right.
back of so they actually have the shelves that you push the button and they move, like
Oh,
to save
nice.
to save space. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But one time, this is not the same night we quit, but one time, John wanted to be like, instead of getting the ladder and pushing it down the aisle, he just opened it just wide enough so he could like step one foot, put his other foot up, where he kind of like,
Oh, like teeter tottering up.
teeter
Yeah.
totters to the top. And like while he's doing that, Vic just fucking pushes the button. And since he's pushing the button, there's no ladder in there to make the sensors go like stop, Like John's like, no. Dude, he just like fucking like tucks and rolls into like the shelf and like fucking boxes of cups and shit come flying out and everything.
His head comes rolling out too.
No, like fucking saw. And that was that the day I never saw Vic or John again.
I want to play a game.
But yeah, so we worked that night. We were working that night, and this girl was having a bonfire, and we wanted to go. And I was like, man, we were just like, fuck it, let's just quit. Like, we're just like all like, fuck it. Look, it was like a Saturday night too, and
Worst night to quit. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, look, I'm gonna go. I had the car, I had the Camaro. I was like, I'm gonna go to the back. I gotta come throw in the trash. I'm gonna go get the car. I'm gonna go to the front. You come meet me.
Oh, so y'all didn't even tell anybody.
No. And then Vic's like, cool. So I went to take out the trash. So about 10 minutes passed, and Ron's like, where the fuck is John? And Vic's like, I'll go get him. So Vic takes off. And then it's just John. It's getting busy. It's just John, Ron, the girl. And dude, it's like John's like, I'll go find him. So he takes off. But he doesn't go outside. Like, his dumb ass is walking around the store. Like, looking for it. And Ron finally flips the fuck out and and he finds John in the store. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, quitting? And he's like, where's the other ones? Quitting? He was like, you assholes. So yeah, like, I always waited for him to come find us.
Oh God, no! Like when I quit Walmart the first time, because I actually worked at Sam's Club, selling cell phones, and the woman promised me a raise, and because I was the one actually selling it, I knew what the hell I was talking about with the cell phones because I had the tech support stuff down pat, and she gave it to somebody else. Well, pissed me off, so I quit. And when I moved to Arizona because I was working for Cox Communications, they closed the. I was working in Baton Rouge. Me and the girl I was living with, we split up, and I moved back to Lafayette. Well, I'm working at the call center for about 2 months, and they say they're going to close the call center, so I moved to Arizona because they gave me $15,000 to move to Arizona to stay working for them.
Well, shit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I moved back because I had to quit because my little girl's mom, which our relationship's a lot better now. It wasn't that great then. She was keeping my daughter away from my family. So moved back, quit with Cox Communications, and I said it that way because instead of the other way. And I get a job because one of the girls I was hanging out with, her mom was one of the HR people at Walmart. So I get the job over there, and I'm working Well, I was working the cell phones, but also electronics, and I was working there 2 months. And within 2 months, I got the department manager position of the cell phone stuff and photo lab. And it was fun until the assistant store like it was fun for like 2 days after the
2 days.
training. Yeah, because the co-store manager, um, you know how they have like two co-store managers plus the store manager,
Right.
was upset that I got it over their niece, who didn't know shit about cell phones, and even the store manager told her, hey, your niece didn't know anything. He knew everything that I asked, but so she made my life a living hell. So
Yeah,
I got so stressed out. I mean, I'm not a big guy to begin with. I'm like 160 pounds now, dude. I was so stressed out. I don't eat when I'm stressed out. I got down to 100 pounds,
Damn.
and I was like, you know what? I'm quitting before this job kills me.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
No,
So anyway.
not at all.
So yeah, pulling it back into clerks and stuff like that. I did a lot of the jobs that were in there, so like it kind of like reminded me of some of those times in in the past and stuff like that. And just those movies in general can bring me to certain memories and certain groups of friends and things like that. So Clerks 3. Did you see this at the theater? I don't know. I forgot
No,
to ask you that.
no, I wanted to go see it at a theater, but I was stuck at work.
Yeah, I know. Our friend the Figure Trap got to go see it, and they had like an introduction by Kevin Smith.
Yeah, that would have been awesome to see.
Definitely. Did you see his outro in the?
Like listen to his outro
Yeah.
in the crowd. Oh yeah.
Okay, just make sure you caught that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So man, the movie like was supposed to be made for years. I'm sure you knew that.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about it, and like I was kind of like, man, why are they even making this? What is it going to be about? And they were talking about it, and then it basically just went away. Like it got canceled, and then the reboot came out.
Yeah, that whole thing with Harvey Weinstein started going on.
That
so,
too, yeah, that was a big part
same
of it too.
thing. That's which is why he can't release Dogma on like Blu-ray and everything.
Yeah,
because-
Harvey Weinstein's holding on to that.
yeah.
Yeah, which is a funny thing because we were talking about before a little bit before that. I started watching this and I was like, man, I need to go back and watch. I know Clerks 1 backwards and forwards and stuff like that, but I was like, man, let me go back and watch Clerks 2 because it'd been a couple years probably since I saw it, and just sat down and watched it from beginning to end. And man, I'm watching it and just watching the credits at the beginning. It's just showing the names, and it's like produced by Harvey Weinstein. I'm like, look around, like, anybody else saw that fucking name on the screen?
Should I be watching this?
Yeah, like, oh man, oh man, them chimes. The wind is kicking. The weather is cold. We're bringing entertainment in the cold. That's what you call it. You can suffer for your art. Anyway,
But like you were saying, with Clerks 2, a lot of that stuff is I mean, same thing with Clerks. A lot of that stuff is dated. I mean, that was 2006, where it was just starting the beginning of like smartphones, where you had like Blackberries and Palms and stuff like that. This is like a year before the iPhone and all of that. But a lot of that stuff is dated, like the jokes.
oh yeah. I mean, it's he and that guy admits that he's made his career off of dick and fart jokes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They embrace this. They make fun of it, but at the same time, they embrace the snoochie.
Don't look at his wiener. No.
Yeah, all that stuff. But if you ever listen to like his podcast and everything, stuff like that, Kevin Smith is a clown. He loves, he's amazing writer. I think he's an amazing writer.
Oh yeah, he is.
And like sometimes the message gets muddled. Sometimes I don't know, man. I think maybe like he doesn't. I feel like I could be so fucking wrong. Like he doesn't take other people's advice. I don't know. Sometimes like on creative decisions.
Yeah,
like some things I'm like, man, like nobody else said that. Do that a different way, like it's just like kind of like why would you like using like especially like using Jason Mewes, and I fucking love Jason Mewes.
Oh yeah,
but like like he struggled to keep that dude in his films for nobody wanted that dude.
Well, no, I mean he was always. I mean I'm glad he's clean.
Oh yes,
but
absolutely.
he was high. I mean. It was like Dogma. Whenever I don't know if you ever heard about that when he.
I did all that. I listened to the when they did his podcast. Like I listened to like I want to say like the first 150 episodes, and it was like a testimony to him being sober. Man, it was really inspiring to hear. But those stories are fucking insane.
Oh yeah, like my favorite thing is like when they were filming Dogma, is whenever he flat out told Muse that hey, we're gonna have a real famous actor in here, talking about Alan Rickman, which Alan Rickman, rest his soul, he was one of the best.
Yeah.
He's like, we're gonna have a real like Oscar-winning actor in here, and you can't fuck up, you can't play around. And he came to the set knowing everybody's lines, not just his, which was,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a testament to him. The show. Have you seen his movie before? Not to get off too much, but the movie he made,
No.
it's actually pretty good. I forgot what it's called.
Have you seen Scott Moser's movie he made?
No,
You know Scott Moser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He made that movie Drawing Flies.
no, I haven't seen that one.
And like it's with Jason Lee and a couple of the people from Clerks and stuff are in it and stuff like that. I want to say Dante's in it too.
Ryan O'Halloran.
Yeah, but Jay and Silent Bob make a cameo in it.
Yeah. Well,
but,
Dan Silent Bob make a cameo in Scream 3 too.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh fuck. But yeah, man, it's a guy who's obsessed with Bigfoot and like they're struggling on welfare and everything. Stuff
Oh,
like that.
nice.
And like basically like he convinces a group of friends that to go camping. You know, with like this last little bit of money they have.
Right.
But it's secretly like he takes them out to fucking crazy spot to try to catch a Bigfoot to like get money and shit. Oh, and it's the scent in the madness kind of thing.
But yeah, that's like Jason Mewes. I mean, I'm glad to see him clean. Hell, he plays on Twitch with people on like his video games and stuff. I think he even plays Fortnite sometimes.
Yeah.
But like it's like I said, it's great to see. Oh, that's the name of his movie, Method in the Madness in the Method.
Oh, okay. I have
Yeah.
to check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And but going back to all of that, like with Clerks 2, like you said, the advice thing, which looking back on it now, I mean, it's like I said, it's a product of his time. But you got to wonder sometimes, like, which I know he always pushes the envelopes, and I love Kevin Smith. I mean, he lives some like so many people's dreams, like starting out from nothing to where he is now, and he does. I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, they're not as big. He doesn't go as big as Quentin Tarantino, but Quentin Tarantino started out and he's like, I want to make these movies, and that's basically what Kevin Smith did. He's just like, I want to make these movies, and I mean, he added himself in there because he basically said that sometimes Dante is him, the way that he is, yeah, but looking at Clerks 3, did they really need the racist jokes in there?
Yeah, I mean,
not Clerks 3, Clerks 2.
Clerks 2, yeah, Clerks 2, like, man, like, the Lord of the Rings stuff and everything, like, I mean, it was like, I would say it really put me, like, back, I was like, oh, man, this is exactly, what I was doing at the time. I could remember where I was living and shit when I saw it.
Yeah, well, there's still people that make fun of the Lord of the Rings and Star Wars stuff anyway.
Right, and there's a whole other generation
Yeah,
of this.
toxic fandom, you know.
Right. And if they would have been, like, if Rings of Power would have come out maybe a few months earlier, it probably made a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Probably would have made it to Clerks. So you do find out what Kevin Smith likes and doesn't like.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you ever listen to Smodcast, he loves Harry Potter and shit. And I heard a Harry Potter reference in Clerks drop in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I heard that drop in there. But so yeah, the movie opens, and this is what I want to talk about. The movie opens, and you got kind of like the classic opening, you know, the quick stop opening.
Yeah, getting the quick stop ready and all of
Right.
that. Yeah.
But it's going to the Black Parade.
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance, and you got the hockey on
Yeah.
the roof, which is a
Which is a
throwback.
callback to the yeah.
And I'm glad they got that out of the way because it was like
Just throw it in the middle of the movie the last time.
Yeah, like I mean, because like it don't need it to be linearly. It just we want to see it, but like just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Like you know,
the montage was fine.
Yeah. But this is what I want to talk about. So you said right before we recorded, you watched it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Does the opening hit any different when you watched it different the second time?
After the first time, I didn't notice at first that when he's opening, that he actually they showed Becky's picture, like
Yes.
her obituary and stuff like that. I didn't notice that at first.
Okay.
And then the whole movie, I'm wondering, like, well, not the whole movie, but like parts of the movie, I'm wondering, like, where the hell? Like they said, Rosario Dawson's in here, like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, it's showed. I mean, he's at the graveyard and stuff like that, and it finally hit. So when I watched it a second time, I noticed that part. But I mean, a lot of the things I noticed, there are some callbacks to like Clerks.
Oh, yeah. The whole movie's a callback
Yeah.
to Clerks and
But-
everything else he's done.
And there's some things that I might have missed. Like I said, I mean, because you got it goes quick sometimes. And
Right.
like I said, I missed the whole Becky obituary the
Yeah.
first time.
Well, the song choice didn't hit me the first time, and then when you watch it again, and then you hear it, and he's doing well, carry on,
Yeah.
and when you go, you know, like when
Yeah,
you,
you're just carrying on.
yeah, and then it's like when you're going and stuff, you know, like,
Yeah.
and you're like, holy shit, you know, like it a little bit like it's a more fitting pick, and you're like, you know
Right.
why he chose the song,
Yeah.
and that's
It's not just, oh, hey, this was popular and people, they're coming back. Because
yeah,
My Chemical Romance is like making a comeback.
right, right. Um, but yeah, like, and then you kind of get like, you know, like him opening up the shop and a little montage, and man, if you ever worked anywhere like that, the routines, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have a fucking routine at work, and it's just like I hate feeling robotic like in a routine.
Oh, yeah, it was like that at T-Mobile.
Just click, clap, chick, you know,
Yeah.
just putting shit in there. Um, in fact, man, it's they just we did like a company meeting and stuff.
Right, I
But
remember you telling me that.
I just want to say they did this video, which was fucking amazing. But like they took little segments from every area in the place where I work and put like a piece of somebody's job into it, but made it to a beat. And it's like you see like this thing like saying, "Can you hear it?" And it was going along, man. Even to the fucking people cleaning the floors and shit.
Oh, damn.
Like it, but the whole beat was like a symphony, you know. And it was like it was. I saw people making it, like filming it and stuff, and like, you know, you had no idea what they were making, and like it came out to be like a whole thing. But I was like, we have this one thing at work, and it's so fucking expensive. But like they broke that thing in like the first week.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and now whenever they run it, it goes like it just sounds so grinding. I was like, dude, I just wanted
Like
to have
it's
that.
old.
I wanted that sound to be playing though. I don't know.
In the
Anyway, that's a
background.
whole fucking way tangent off. Um, but yeah, like so, Jay and Silent Bob intro, they come out, and you see like it's really cool because you see like the THC, like
Yeah.
the video store is going from like when it went to the cock smokers
Right.
to like to now it's like a THC like CBD shop and shit like that.
Right.
But they're still dealing on the
Yeah,
outside.
they still feel like they have to deal on the outside and it's all legal.
Yeah. And then yeah, Elias. Like Elias is fucking hilarious.
Right. Mr. Dante, you're 36 years old.
Yeah, and then and that's another thing. You like I said, I went back and watched the second one, but you really kind of have to like either have them really fresh in your mind, because you miss a lot of the jokes.
Right.
Like the whole Elias thing was just a repeat of his
Oh, yeah.
parents coming back, and then you know, stuff like that. The whole kite thing was pretty funny,
Yeah.
and then the crypto, you know, that another thing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that fucking dated this shit. Like as soon as he said that, I was like, whoa, they just fucking put a time stamp and a date on this movie. Like in NFTs, they
Yeah.
just like lock this thing until, oh yeah, this movie was made 2022.
20 years from now, they could be like, what the hell is an NFT?
Oh, remember that bullshit? Oh my god. Yeah, but that was like the kites, and there's like nobody flies a kite, man. I flew a kite recently.
Yeah, but you have kids.
True.
He's 36 and doesn't have kids. Especially, did you fly a Jesus kite?
No, it was a fucking Moana kite.
I mean, it's better than that.
Yeah. And then like yeah, the operating room like cameo and stuff like that. The whole shaving thing. It's so funny. Cause like I had a hernia,
Right.
so I had to have like surgery, and like they basically go in for the most part. They go into the same areas.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I've had that whenever I had the angiogram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they had talked about it. So man, before I went to the hospital, I just cleaned up myself.
Well, yeah.
You know.
I did that for my heart surgery, too.
So yeah, and then like whatever happened for me, like the guy came in and he was like, "Come to shaving." I was like, "Dude, I took care of you." He's like, "My man." He's just like, he's like, "I love you." Like,
I don't have to see pee-pee.
yeah, I want to touch people, you know. But yeah, I forgot what's his name. Fuck,
Justin Long?
Justin
Yeah.
Long. He plays weird so well.
What was his name on? Oh, that's another Kevin Smith movie, Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Yes, you've seen that one, right?
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
Dude, I didn't even know that was one of his for the longest time.
Uh,
Like it totally escaped me.
But what was his name? Randy St. Randy or something like that in that movie? The gay porn star.
Dude, the funniest thing I ever heard about that movie that makes me laugh my ass off was you ever heard Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck talking about that movie?
No.
So you know the very fucking end, that really scene where Jason Mewes walks out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's bug naked and stuff. Like he had showed it to Ben Affleck, like Kevin Smith show has been off. Like tell that motherfucker was one stroke away from being done. You know, he was like, yeah, the show off. And he called Jason Mewes, and Jason Mewes was on speakerphone. He's like, tell that boy I was on the way down. It was like something like that, but it was really funny. But yeah, anyway, the whole operating thing, man, was a cool scene. Like, and it was cool to kind of set up the whole, like, him talking to her,
Right.
and everything, and like his fear about dying and stuff, and then, like, you know, the anxiety that she was giving him and stuff.
Right, which is I can tell you from someone who's been on the operating table. I mean, I was knocked out, but that
So-
anxiety is fucking true.
Anxiety, but I was like, man, nobody's fucking
Yeah.
awake.
And how old is he in that one? Like 48, and I was 23. Yeah, dude, that anxiety was real bad for me.
But yeah, but the thing is, like, he was awake. I was
Yeah.
just like, no.
Well, for stuff like that, no, they have to have them awake for that.
For real.
Yeah.
He would have been awake for that. For real.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was in my notes. I was like, why the fuck is he awake?
Well, I mean, because Kevin Smith had to do that. So
But I thought, I thought for creative purposes. All right. See, I'm learning something on the podcast. Well, like whenever I had was in the hospital, I had that blockage, and they put me, I had to drink like this crazy like heavy liquid shit, and they put me in that big machine, and you had to wear like noise canceling headphones, all kinds of
It's
shit.
so loud.
Oh god, dude, that was the worst.
Did,
That was
did you-
anxiety.
Did you notice him and Elias had the same tattoo in the same place? Rando and Elias.
I did. Yeah, I did.
It was kind of like a horror route Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of lies, dude, I spit my drink out, bro, when he like swore to Satan.
Make me your concubine.
Like, it was just so like out of it. Like, he like sold it, like, you know, like, but yeah, that cracked me up. But yeah, anyway, so I mean, kind of the same. What happens is just basically, Randall has a heart attack.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the exact kind of heart attack that Kevin Smith had. So.
yeah. And because of that, he feels like he hasn't done anything with his life. You know, just worked at the video store and blah blah blah,
And the quick stop.
and movies. So he wants to make a movie about his life, and like that whole stuff, like I said, really relies on you like really seeing the previous stuff.
Oh yeah.
Elias is all of his looks, man.
Yeah. Did you notice one was like Frankenfurter, right?
Oh yeah, they're all based on something. Like,
Yeah.
One of them was the one that the Blade Runner was fucking.
Oh yeah, the Blade
hilarious.
Runner. I love how he didn't Randall call him a replica at one point?
Yeah.
He was like, what?
Yeah, he said nice Blade Runner. I mean, he's like, what's Blade Runner or something
Oh,
like that. And then of course we get to what you were talking about with Rosario Dawson
Oh,
finally
yeah.
appears.
Dude, I will tell you, I'll tell you that Brian O'Halloran really brought his A game for that.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
like,
dude.
Dude, I felt the emotion that he put in that. It was one of those things where it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, he can. I mean, that dude. He hasn't done a lot. Like, he has like Vulgar or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
Fuck, man, don't watch that. But like, man, that dude acted, man. Like, that's all I
yeah.
can really. I mean, just yeah, it hit me, man. It was a thing, but yeah, she looked amazing, and
Oh, yeah.
the whole scene, like, it was funny.
It was funny and sad and emotional at the same time.
Right.
And for some reason, Kevin Smith can pull that off really well.
Yeah, I have a little bit issue with, like, I mean, I don't know, like, he's so, I guess he was just dreaming. Was she trying to cheer him up? I don't know.
I
Like,
just think it like he's grieving and he's imagining.
imagining it.
Yeah, because he was really at the cemetery.
Right, at the grave.
So, I really think, I mean, because you got to look at it. I mean, he lost his wife and his daughter to a drunk driver. So it's real. I mean, he's got that emotion, and it's been like, I mean, they filmed it like it would be like 2022 or 2021, basically. So it was like 15 years that he really hadn't moved on.
Yeah, he was
So I
stuck.
think she did say that 15. Yeah, you knew me for 5 seconds, and you've been more than me for 15 years.
Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what she said. So yeah, they have that, and, like, you know, they go into making the movie. He gets kind of involved into it.
He gets thrown into it.
Thrown into it.
Basically, Randall telling him, "Hey,
you're in it.
you're not you're in it. You're my producer, and you gotta find the cash."
You're ugly. You look ugly. But like when the cameo thing came up, I was like, dude, this is gonna be just full of like inside shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was full of like people who either won cameos on it, people who worked with Kevin Smith, and of course people from other movies.
Yeah.
The Ben Affleck one, of course.
Oh, the Ben Affleck one was pretty funny.
The Ethan Slurpee one.
Yeah, and then dude, I actually I knew that because he was in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I knew that Q from Impractical Jokers would most likely be on it. But my favorite one, like I love, for some reason people don't like it, but I love the Impractical Jokers, just sitting down watching them just act like idiots. Because I've done that with my friends. I could do that with my friends.
Right.
And my favorite one has always been Joe. So seeing Joe up there, and whenever he's just done, he's like, yeah, you're fucking right. He walks away. So that was just great. And then you got Melissa Benoist, or whatever, the one who played Supergirl, and then Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar one, yeah. Yeah, so that was really funny. I thought that was really funny. I mean, kind of in the middle of all this fucking drama, though, you know?
Yeah. And it's pretty like shitty, because you realize, shit, we all act like a Randall sometimes, and we all act like a Dante sometimes too.
Right.
And it makes me wonder, like, did Kevin Smith base both of them off of him? Because I mean,
I think so, man. Because like,
because I'm pretty sure he knew people like them too, but like the way Randall's acting, is that like makes you wonder, is that how he acted whenever he was first doing Clerks? But I love the fact where it says was it Shooter Bob instead of Silent Bob?
Yeah. Oh, Shooter Bob.
Shooter Bob.
Dude.
But the fact when he goes, yeah, we're shooting it in black and white. I don't want to shoot it in black and white. Oh, we're fucking doing it.
Oh yeah, that shit was funny. I mean, that anytime those whole throwback things, like I fucking loved what they were doing with that, where they were going with it.
Right.
Dude, the whole "Son Bob, you," that shit was hilarious.
Him trying to act.
The part where like Jason Mewes was trying to like get out the lines, or Jay was trying to get out the lines. Son Bob just like, "You non-acting motherfucker," and just like going off.
Fuck, I'll just fucking do it.
And it was so funny because I was like, man, I wonder if that's how it was. It probably was.
It probably was, yeah.
And he's like, get a girl to bring you lasagna. Even the whole the original ending part, they showed the original.
Yeah, I get killed in this scene.
Yeah, and that was crazy because it was like a rumor for a long time.
Yeah.
Because like on the like I had the VHS, and then like I think when the Blu-ray finally came out, maybe they had it on there.
I had it on. They had it on the DVD.
Yeah, on the DVD.
Yeah, it was like a 2-disc, like the big case DVD.
Yeah, dude, I had that. I had that one and the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. I still have those.
Dude, the fucking the Jersey scene killed me, dude. That was the fucking most.
I'm trying to think now.
Where they're like going off, and like the guy's like, "You don't talk to my father like that."
Oh yeah.
You don't talk to my father like that. And he like takes off his shirt and like fucking Jason. Yeah.
And if you would have said the Shooter Bob scene where he was going to be attacked, yeah.
Yeah. And, well, like he was like, that was the most Jersey thing I've ever fucking seen. Yeah, that shit was funny. And like Dante, like he gets so like they go to do the movies thing again.
Yeah.
For, and the Donkey Show for movies. And that whole little dance thing was kind of funny. Yeah. And then like he can't do it. He can't,
No, I mean he gets emotional again because that's the last. I mean, him and Becky worked over there.
Yeah, and
that's where they met and got pregnant and.
And before he goes, as he's walking up, he sees her again.
Yeah.
Okay. So he has that whole thing where he talks to her again, and then he just goes get shit fucking faced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then like.
Which we've all been there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Randall kind of grips into him, and I kind of felt like that was Kevin Smith, like maybe repeating something from like
right.
word for word with Jay or Jason Mewes, I should say. But man, it was raw.
Oh yeah, it was definitely raw. And I mean, that part, how he was talking, because like I said, whenever I found out I needed heart surgery, I think I even said that before on one of our podcasts, that I self-destructed. I mean, I would go out with my little brother. I don't know how the fuck I made it home sometimes. I was spending like $200 to $300 on alcohol just on myself and my little brother, and we were drinking. I was fucked up in the head because I mean, I thought I was invincible. I was 20, 22, 23 years old, being told, "Hey, you're dying. You need open heart surgery." So I was just self-destructing. So I actually got that talk from one of my friends, and I thanked them for that. And it was crazy.
So yeah, mirroring the doctor after Randall has a heart attack, and the doctor talks to Dante, tells him he should get himself checked out
Right.
because, and of course, Dante Randall is Dante's gone off on Randall, like finally has enough. They're doing a salsa shark scene,
Which is usually how it happens in the movies.
right? But he goes off and like he just rips into him, and he says, "Your life is my life," and then he has a heart attack, and
Yeah.
it's just like the parallel, you know.
Which was pretty good with that one.
Oh, dude, fucking great. And then the Jay's distraction shit made me laugh.
Yeah.
But dude, the movie in the hospital, man, fuck, bro, that hit me so hard because I did that with my dad when my dad was dying. Like I brought my iPad in there. I was just like, let's watch Blazing Saddles.
Right.
Let's watch Caddyshack, and we did that shit, man. That shit. But yeah, and you see him watching the film, and then Becky shows up, and then like they get up, and then like, you know. I mean, as soon as you saw him in the theater, did you realize?
Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. Just
Yeah.
as soon as she sat down and he said, "Well, let's go. I've already seen it."
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh crap! He is dying."
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they leave and they have that nice little thing. They have the funeral, which was a nice thing. But Harley Quinn was there.
Yeah,
Yeah, Harley Quinn's-
because she was still playing Jay's daughter from Reboot.
That's why I was like, kind of like. That's why I'm glad I said it because I was like, why is she in there?
Yeah, she's Jay's daughter. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah.
There you go.
It took you a little bit.
Yeah, no, I really didn't know. I put it in there. I was like, I don't mind seeing. I think I like her. I think
Yeah.
she's cool as hell.
But I tell you what, with that in the hospital scene, whenever he's explaining, he goes, "My movie, my life is you. Like my life was your life and stuff like that." He brought his A game too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's,
and
what's his
especially
name?
Jeff O'Halloran. Jeff.
Dante. No. Wait, is it Jeff O'Halloran? Something. No. Brian O'Halloran is Dante, and shit, I keep forgetting his damn name. It's Jeff something.
Something, yeah.
But
yeah,
he brought his A game with it too.
absolutely,
And-
absolutely. So yeah, the funeral. It's touching scene and stuff like that. Get a couple cameos, more cameos and stuff in there. It was nice to see Veronica again.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
So you want to screw?
Yeah, dude, that shit was funny. And I mean, fuck. But yeah, the ending of it, and that's kind of the wrap up of everything. You kind of get Elias and Randall kind of like
Becoming
to-
the new clerks.
yeah, and the new clerks,
Yeah.
and you see the ghost of Dante basically.
Yeah. And
Okay.
also, his wife's name? Well, the one he was gonna marry in Clerks 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
forgot.
comes and then it hits real big and they get millions of dollars. He's like, "Fuck you, bitch!"
Yeah, that was funny. That part was funny. He threw the money out. Take your
Yeah.
whatever.
Take your
money.
blood money.
And then she was working in there, doing the milk.
Yeah, just like his mom. But did you notice the cameo from his mom?
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
who wrote this?
Yes, I did. Okay, so overall thoughts about it. What did you think about it?
It was good. I like the emotion that they put into it. Like I said, Brian O'Halloran brought his A game with that emotion that he put in with him and the Becky scenes, and so did the one that played Randall. He brought that emotion whenever Dante's in the hospital and stuff like that. It's a good wrap up to the Clerks trilogy. I mean, it doesn't mean. I mean, they've each played different characters with the same last name. I mean, he's played Dante Hicks, Gil Hicks.
Right.
One of the Hicks characters, which was a news reporter, got killed in Dogma.
Yes, I remember that.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good closure. I liked it. Like if I mean, some people said it didn't need to be made, but if they wouldn't have ended it like that, I would have been like, it should have ended a different way. but the way they ended it was perfect to me.
I liked it a lot. More than I thought I would. Like it started off, and I was just kind of like, "Where are you gonna go with this? It's just gonna be like another Clerks 2, where it's just like a joke
Dick and
movie."
fart jokes, yeah.
Yeah. But it went somewhere with it, and it got to the ending and stuff that it had, and like I only think like I got three things about it really I want to talk about. Like I think having Becky in it, those two scenes before, took away from it. Like he should have had him going to the grave.
Just talking
and
without
just talk
Becky,
without
yeah.
Barrett.
No,
You
which
didn't
is
even have to
understandable, yeah.
But if you would have had a show at the end, you'd have been like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
like it would have hit like so
Yeah,
much.
you'd have been like,
harder.
okay, he is really dying.
Yeah,
at
I
that
mean, you had
time,
already
yeah.
seen her twice.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, when you saw her, you'd be like, "There's no coming back." Now,
Yeah.
because even then, I'm still like, okay, well, he's dreaming again.
Right.
He's gonna pull through. Oh no, he's dead.
Right.
But like, it would have been like a definitive like punch to the gut.
I could see where that could have.
And the other thing was like when they start showing the movie and stuff like that. Don't show me the shit I've already seen. Show like you actually recreated all these scenes.
Yeah,
show me the new scenes. Like show me like what you made. Like show me the memory or transition them together.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good too.
Like they were just transitioning into old to the new.
Speaking of old, new, remaking them with some of the same actors, did that actress in the video store really want to do it like Lucy? That's what I want to know.
Probably.
Because that was pretty funny.
Yeah. But that was one of my little things that just came to me when I was watching it.
No, I mean, I agree with that one. I mean, I get the whole part of Jay and Silent Bob's, like the comic relief. I mean, they had a little more serious parts in
Then
here.
R2D2 and 3C.
Yeah, and which is true because he even says that in the movie. But I did laugh where they got that big ass joint, and he goes, I think it needs more weed."
And it's funny because their roles reversed over the years, but yeah. Now, my last question for it to wrap it up: would you watch a Clerks 4 with Randall and Elias, or just put it to bed?
Just put it to bed because I would probably end up watching it just because I am a Kevin Smith fan, but I don't even think he would do that because of the end credits where he's talking about how Randall lived till he was 90 making movies and working at the Quick Stop and stuff like that. But I do like how he said that at the end, what Randall said is these people made, like the customers were the people that made the,
But yeah, well, I mean, what if like Harvey Weinstein's like, look, I'll give you Dogma, and you can make Dogma 2 and 3,
but you got to make a Clerks 4. That could be only a question that Kevin Smith can answer. Maybe we tag him in this and be like, hey, can you answer this question for us?
Fuck you guys in Louisiana.
He'd probably be like, fuck Harvey Weinstein, he can keep Dogma.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be the answer. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, fan of Kevin Smith. I was a fan of this movie. I'm glad I saw it. And yeah, great to talk about it with you. So, any movies that you want us to talk about, give us a suggestion. You can leave it either on a comment, an email, or like that. But yeah, we love the feedback and the suggestions.
And we are always watching movies.
So. Absolutely, yeah, and love old classic movies and new. So join us next time. Our next episode will be talking about top 10 things that don't exist, part 1.
Right. Yeah, we'll be doing that, and we promise we will get to the summer camp thing, part 2, sooner or later.
Sooner or later. I want to build some stories up on that one. But
well, you got to build some because I told you a lot of summer camp stories.
I know. I need to get some. I want someone to tell me some summer camp stories. I want get to that point. I would love to get to that point where like people are like, here's like I'm fucking reading the email like like, hey, this is my summer camp story where somebody grabbed me from behind with hands that smell like cool cigarettes. And that's very specific.
They ripped my underwear while throwing me in the pond.
Oh man, dude. All right, last tangent, last story. What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you in front of a girl?
Most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me.
I told you one of mine, or just something embarrassing. Because you just made me think of one when you said Tori my underwear.
Oh, I mean, shit. I was out drinking. I was probably about 21, thinking. Oh, actually, no, I was 20. I was at the keg, and I'm having fun, getting drunk, and She's like, yeah, let's go dance. And I'm like, okay. And I put my drink down. I turn around, just throw up all over the floor. That's about the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. I never had the whole, oh shit, I got a fart and I shit on myself in front
No,
of a
well,
girl.
that's a regretful remorse story there. But no, I was just thinking when you said that, like, man, there was this girl, like I was like in, I think 7th grade. No, it was like 6th grade because I was at Catholic High, and we were at Carl Moses' old building.
No, I know where it is.
Yeah, and man, there was a girl, this redhead that I had the biggest crush on, and it was hot one day, like, and the teacher was like, "Oh, we need to open the window." So they tried to open the window, and they're like, "Can't." So I was like, "I got it." So I fucking climbed, and like I had put my knee like up on the banister, and like I fucking pushed as hard as I could, and I opened that window, man. And like I felt so cool, like, because it was like right by her desk, and like everyone was kind of laughing. Well, it was because my ass crack was all hanging out. We're like,
She got a face full of ass crack.
she did, man. Like,
I never talked to her again.
she did not. Did not. So anyway, join us next time.
All right, y'all have a good day or night.